haven't seen a crowd this big in a long time, so thank you everybody for coming out here and hearing our story. My name is Pat Donnelly, and I'm the president and CEO of E79. A bit about myself, I'm a geologist, but I'm also a former analyst. I used to cover base metals, gold, and other commodities as a sell-side analyst in Toronto. And I've been on the corporate side for the last 10 years, and I've been in the industry for over 30 years. So why did I join E79? Simple, incredible exploration success, very high-grade gold in a very stable and safe mining jurisdiction. Forward-looking statement, I don't want to go to jail, so I'll have to throw this up. So what is interesting about E79? We're in the Victorian Goldfields of Australia, which is also the home of the Fosterville mine, which is owned by Agnico Eagle. And Fosterville is one of the highest grade gold mines in the world. And you want to be in the head frame, or shadow of a head frame, of a world-class asset, and that's where we are. We've had some very compelling drilling results, multi-ounce results from our Happy Valley area at our Myrtleford project. We have a very large land package. I like big land packages with very good exploration upside. Low-cost drilling. It's really good to be in Australia. Exchange rate's very favorable. We can drive to our project from the local town. It's a 20-minute drive. There's no helicopters. There's no camps. There's no giant planes. So that keeps our costs down. It was around $350 a meter. It's actually probably more like $250 a meter all in. So again, it's really nice where, I could be at site, and then 20 minutes later, I'm in a local town having a glass of wine. So again, infrastructure is everything. Very experienced management and board. I've been around for a while. Our VP Exploration, Shane Melly, he's been doing this for 30 years. He's from Victoria, and so this company's in very capable hands. But guess what? We got cash, over $5 million in cash, and we can make this last for a while. So despite the fact that our market capitalization right now is about $12 million. So again, cash is king, and we got low drilling costs. So the Victorian Goldfields is kind of in an overlooked area. It's yielded over 80 million ounces of gold. There was a major gold rush there in the late 1800s. But the crown jewel of this area is the Fosterville mine. And what's really interesting is Fosterville was a very challenging mine for many, many years. And in 2018, Kirkland Lake Gold made a new discovery at that mine called the Swan Zone, multi-ounce coarse gold. And the current reserve there is over 3 million tons at over an ounce per ton. And it actually ended up becoming one of the most profitable high-grade mines in the world. So this resulted in this area getting a lot of excitement. A lot of juniors have come into this company, including ourselves, and we've had good results. You can see our two assets there. You can see Myrtleford, which is our flagship, and Beaufort. And so again, it's a very fertile area, and again, it's been overlooked compared to other mining jurisdictions. Well, let's just start with Myrtleford. It's a really interesting area. There was a lot of activity here in the late 1800s, and you had these old timers coming in there, mining all the alluvial deposits. And they pulled out over 5 million ounces of alluvial gold. And when they got through that, they started looking for the hard rock source of this mineralization. So all these red dots here, all the historic workings and showing. And these guys were basically mining this with pickaxes and shovels, and they never went below the water table. So it was just incredible where you walk there, and you know where the gold is, because you just look where all the old timers were working. And you just pull up a drill and drill it, and you hit gold. One area we're focusing on is Happy Valley. We had some very good results there. Again, lots of working, showings, adits. And so all you have to do is just find where the old timers are working, do a little bit of soil geochem, do a little bit of rock chip sampling, apply our surveys, and then you pull up the drill and start drilling. So again, and there was no work from about the early 19th century or early 20th century until the last couple of years. So just some of the drilling, I won't get too much detail here. This is the plan map showing the Happy Valley drilling. Again, we're looking for narrow veins, but very high grade gold mineralization. And you don't need a lot of it to come up with a viable project. And you can see here's a cross section. Again, narrow veins, but very, very high grade. Hole number 3 was our highlight hole, 0.6 meters, 148 grams, and that's within 11 meters of 160 grams. And again, almost 6 meters of 66 grams, 0.7 meters of 100 grams. So again, very high grade, and has relatively good continuity. It's open at depth, so right now we're trying to decide what to do next in terms of chasing this mineralization at depth. Here are some of the results again from Happy Valley. Again, very high grade, albeit narrow, but very similar to what you see at Newfound Gold in Newfoundland, and very similar to what you see at Fosterville. Again, narrow, but very, very high grade. Twist Creek is another area we're looking at. Again, numerous workings, showings, adits, gold mineralization at surface, along a 7-kilometer strike length. A number of different reefs or gold-bearing environments there. One area is Victoria. We were drilling there, got some interesting results, and also Scandinavian. So we're trying to decide what to do next and whether we'll go back there or not. But again, we have no problems finding gold. It's just finding something that holds together and trying to understand the complexity of the geology in the area. So just switching gears, I was just talking about Myrtleford. I'll just touch upon, I have 4 minutes, so not too bad. I'll just talk a little about Beaufort. Again, this is an area that also had a lot of historical production. The old timers pulled out over 1 million ounces of alluvial gold. So again, we're looking for the hard rock source of that gold. You can see where all the gold came in all these streams and old riverbeds. And again, trying to find the source of this gold. We're doing a lot of work, working on these ridges. And again, looking for these workings, showings, and adits where the old timers are mining. Again, I won't get too much into geology, but the point is here, very similar geology to what you see at the Fosterville, similar age of rocks, similar style mineralization, similar alteration and structure. So again, that's the model we're using to find this gold mineralization. Capital structure. It's a good time to be at this conference because there's so many companies here that are highly undervalued and yet have cash. We raised about $6 billion in 2021 at $1 per share. Now we're at 20 cents per share. We have $5 million in the cash. Great shareholders. Eric Sprott's in there, has almost 8% of the shares. Commodity Capital, almost 5%. So again, very good shareholders. Insiders management, we own a lot of stock as well. So again, a good share structure, very good support. So in summary, very large land position in a very good jurisdiction in Victoria, Australia. It's nice to be in a safe area, or what I call a clean toilet country. We're not in Africa, we're not in tough areas of Latin America. This area is riddled with showings, workings, adits, and gold mineralization. So it's very, very intriguing. We expect there's numerous other areas we haven't drilled yet at Magpie and Twist Creek. And again, we've already had some very compelling drilling results, and we plan to follow up on those. We have cash, good shareholders, and again, you want to be in a safe jurisdiction. So anyway, believe it or not, I'm actually early. I'm at booth 502. So if you have any questions, you want to hear more about the story, please swing by, and thank you for your time. And I'm glad I'm right before the fireside chat, so I lucked out for once. All right, thank you very much.